incredibly stimulated by being in the midst of so many fascinating and creative thinkers. In fact, I'm seeing this TEDxUIUC conference of swirling imaginations itself as an emblematic micro-urban moment. And I'm hoping that over the next few minutes, you'll understand why I'm seeing it that way. I'd like to start by playing for you a little 2-minute video that I had great pleasure and fun working on with a handful of my very creative colleagues over at the Krannert Center for the Performing Arts. So if we can make sure that the volume is pumped up a little bit, I'd like to ask the technician, Dave, to play the video. So, thanks. By the way, if you didn't catch every single word that was up there flashed on the screen, don't fret. It was designed that way. But if you got anywhere near half of them, I'm sure you got the message. So, in the spirit of full disclosure, I am compelled to disabuse anybody in the room who may assume that since I was asked to talk about this idea of micro-urbanism that I am academically properly credentialed to do so. I am not. I am not an urban planner. I'm not an economist. I am not a sociologist. And the things that I want to share with you are not the result of deep academic research and scholarship. They are, though, the result of essentially pure gut instinct that flows from my curiosity about the elusive study of human experience and creativity, and from my personal experiences having lived in a variety of places, ranging from my childhood rural hometown of Jackson in the Sierra Nevada foothills of California with a population of 2,800 to New York City, where I received my doctoral degree in music composition from Columbia University, and where I worked for 15 years before coming to Illinois to direct the fabulously extraordinary Krannert Center for the Performing Arts here at the University of Illinois in Champaign, Urbana, almost a little over 12 years ago. What happened when I arrived here and what I found here utterly shattered my preconceptions and assumptions about many things, And that ultimately led me to this kind of quirky and perhaps counterintuitive notion of micro-urbanism. Now, there's a tremendous body of literature that exists that focuses on large urban centers and the importance of those centers. Richard Florida's provocative books and articles being perhaps among the most visible and influential. But to be clear, my interest in bringing more attention to a certain slice of unusually high-performing, smaller population centers is not intended in any way to downplay the importance of major urban centers. On the contrary, I believe quite strongly that micro-urbans would not exist in the manner I'm describing them were it not for the health and well-being of the major urbans. But I am convinced that the complementation of the two is quite more powerful than has been traditionally recognized. So the working definition that I use to describe a micro-urban population center goes something like this. Micro-urbans are population centers of 250,000 or less, which, by the way, pretty much puts them off the radar screen of major media and public consciousness, that possess a set of highly desirable attributes that are normally exclusively only associated with major urban centers, such as an internationally diverse demographic, a vibrant arts, culture, and nightlife scene, a strong technology base, and an animated and palpable public discourse on major societal issues and global issues such as sustainability and the environment. As I see it, the presence of such attributes within the context of a smaller population scale, the size of which can provide certain advantages such as ease of transportation, a more affordable living, and a stronger sense of community, positions the micro-urban lifestyle as a very interesting and viably complementary alternative to what is often, and I believe increasingly so, a more heavily logistics-laden set of lifestyles associated with big urban centers. I say this, there's a particular aspect of that that is important for me to share with this group in particular, which is that I believe the benefits of a less encumbered lifestyle and a more intimately scaled communal framework to those whose work and well-being is fueled by creativity and innovation and entrepreneurship, presents especially significant benefits. And I know that this is certainly true for me, but not just for me. I know it's true for many, many, many of my colleagues that I've gotten to know over these years. As I said, I'm not interested in downplaying the importance of the mega-urbans, but my sense is that a much closer view of the distributed global network of human creativity and high livability hotspots, that is to say, a view that would zoom in Google Earth style into a high definition focus on the population strata well under the mega-urbans, would reveal a constellation of very interesting places like this place that have been way undervalued in their contributions, not only to their local residents, but to major breakthrough advancements in knowledge and culture and well-being nationally, internationally, both in terms of our human collectives and our planet. On a side note, and there isn't time to elaborate on this, but I'm not talking about simply identifying college or university towns. To be sure, it's hard for me to imagine a place that does not have a major college or research university being able to qualify as a micro-urban in the manner that I've described. It is about much more than simply higher education, as powerful as that is. By the way, I mentioned earlier that I see today's convening itself as a beautiful illustration of a micro-urban moment. But I found out just yesterday that Champaign-Urbana is the smallest city in the United States that has been authorized by the very cool Tokyo-based Pachakacha folks to mount a series of their design and innovation events. And I think that's another telling sign of the specialness of this very place. There's just a lot of creative energy per capita in this little place, and I don't think that that's an accident. It's my sense that creative energies seek out and amplify other creative energies, and there are just a lot of highly creative people who have chosen to make micro-urbans such as ours their home. So please check out www.microurbanist.com. That's micro-urbanist.com. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about this, you can download that video. There's other stuff there that you can use. And also, feel free to contribute to the micro-urban Wikipedia entry. We've copylefted the term as opposed to copyrighted the term micro-urban in order to ensure its open source use in perpetuity, so feel free to use it in any way that you may be inclined to do so. And so thanks a lot for allowing me to share these quick thoughts with you. But for those of you in the room who hold a special affection for beer, I have one final thought, which is that just as in the term microbrewery, the micro part of micro-urban is all good. Thanks again.